Hello, I'll be doing Agents of the Sigillite this time, specifically, I forgot his name, this guy, Tylos Rubio, because of his ability and his passive ability, um, creating a seal when you get a kill. It, it's really good with the mission, to be honest. In a unique way, people usually go Malkador when they play Agents of the Sigillite because his ability is very easy to get seals. But I found that this guy is actually very good when trying to get seals as well. This is the deck. Honestly, I'm not so sure about it now. I already recorded, well, I am sure about it. It's a good deck, but I was just thinking that maybe a little thing could be changed. Maybe more like 6 energy cards, for example, because I've got none of them. But I mean, it worked very well when I used it, and it's good for doing the mission. So it is a good deck. You can change it however you want, to be honest, but I'll go over the cards that you do need for these types of decks. You definitely need Arascid or any type of like 1 energy draw so you get seals. New Loyalty is a good card. Relic of Old Knight, definitely at least one of them, because you can get seals that way. I went for this twice. Honestly, you don't need it twice, maybe just once, but because obviously you can generate seals, and classified assignment twice, definitely, because you draw a card and get seals. Command Bridge is necessary because to get seals, of course. And M-Shen is a really overpowered card because you can put this in play maybe turn 1, and the next turn after that you can have like a fucking 9 attack vehicle in play that your opponent can't do anything against. Covert Operative and Arascid twice in any Agents of the Sigillite deck. They're just way too good. And 1 second, I'll just turn the music down because it's a bit loud. Alright, you can hear me better now. But what I was saying, yeah, what Covert Operative and Vindicare twice because they're just too good, especially with Sigillite's Chosen. This card is fucking good. I don't know why it's that good. It's very like, I'd say it's almost overpowered, to be honest. Because if you put Covert Operative in play, which is 3 energy, it has stealth, then the next turn, Sigillite's Chosen, you have a card in play at 4 energy that cannot be removed. Like basically, it's just on the board to stay because of Survivor 3 and how much health it has. It's just so fucking good. This card twice because you need to draw. It's basically Las Rifle section, but better because you can draw a card to get seals. Malkador Sigil. I used this twice on this guy specifically because you can give him a shield and then use his ability to get a seal, which is good because if your opponent has a high attack troop in play, you can just give yourself a shield and attack it. You need this card twice. I'm not going to try and pronounce that name. A Brotifigra, whatever. You need it twice because it has a very good rally ability, deal 3, and on top of that you can get a seal from killing. And it's all about seals with this deck. You want to get your mission as soon as possible. Probius is a very good card because of the amount of 1 energy tactics this kind of deck has. You can get like very high attack fast. Especially if you go second and you have the Agents of the Sigillite counterattack to give precognition to a troop. You can just put it to this troop again and keep it cleared for another turn. Keep it covered, I mean. And this guy, I have one of them because it has a ward. It can't be dealt with by a tactic. And its ability is very good. So yeah, I have at least one of them. This card, I have it because I have loads of 1 energy tactics, so obviously its ability is going to be very good. This card was a lot better when Escape Vent was 0 energy, but it needed to be changed, I'm guessing, because Escape Vent was kind of overpowered with cards like this. Fishai La, obviously, I need it, like any deck needs this really. Cerberus, it's good with seals because this deck has so many seals. You just put this in play and you basically have it in play for the entire game. Because even if it's destroyed, you'll just get it back with a seal. And Inner Chambers, obviously, because seals. Just seals. Everything is seals. I'll show you some games, but yeah. I played these games a while back, so I needed to kind of but yeah, I won quite a few because it started here, went up here. Yeah, so I definitely won a lot more. But I will start with, not Angron, that's the Iron game. This one. So yeah, I keep my Malcador Sigil because it's a very good card. For the Warlord, I mean. Chaos Spawn is a very weird Warlord because it has a very good ability, but it has very low health. I don't know, I've just never been interested in the Warlord. You want to be getting as much Psionic Furies, yeah, that's what it's called, in your hand as possible, because it's a very good card. Because +2 attack it is quite a lot, and I was very lucky with this. Getting the hammer in my hand that fast. Because this deck has loads of cards, so the hammer is going to be very useful later. I just decided to use that now instead of later for a seal. Just decided, I guess. Doesn't make much of a difference. Yeah, I didn't need to give this counter attack because there was nothing in play that could destroy it. As you can see, you can get seals very fast with this Warlord. That's 2 in a single turn. I only need to get 4 more to complete my mission now. Again, already 2 in a single turn. You can really see how fast you can get seals with this, guys. My game lagged a little bit there. Yeah, and already I've got a seal in my hand. Just decide to ignore that for the time being because 5 damage isn't that much when I'm that high on health. Right here, this is why Malcador Sigil is very useful. Because especially with the combo of using your Warlord ability to get +2 attack and then using that card. When it comes to seals, Seal of the Administratum is a very good card. You want to be getting those ones first. Because you can get your very high energy troops in play very fast if you manage to get one of those seals in your hand at the start of the game. But yeah, already I have my mission. That wasn't long at all, to be honest. I'm still at 20 health and I have the mission. Just goes to show that it's a very good mission, especially with this Warlord. And with only 2 seals, I can clear his board from 2 very dangerous high attack troops. Seals literally solve all of your problems. And I'm going to get another seal anyway, so this card doesn't matter. Okay, so it kind of does matter. I took 7 damage, but still, I got rid of it. I mean, with Secret of the Throne, you can heal yourself anyway, so it's all good. Decided to put that in play just so I could generate more seals. You can never have enough seals. I was kind of scared here because that's 8 damage on the board, so he only needed 1 damage in his hand to win. But I'm guessing he didn't have that because obviously he would have done it. Or maybe he did. I don't know why he did that. He should have attacked me, to be honest. I did this so I can use the hammer. Just wanted more cards. And he's fucked. A very close game, to be honest. He was doing a lot of damage to me. But yeah, that's a good example of the mission being completed, because it is a very good mission. I'll show you some more games. I do have a lot of games with this guy. Okay, so this was a very good starting hand.
I've been given full reign to use my powers.
Especially Covert Operative.
To hold back the darkness, we remain
You
vigilant.
always want to have Covert Operative in your hand at the start of a game as Agents of Sigillite if you can get it. It is a very good card, especially if you manage to get the Survivor 3+3 card. You know the one I'm talking about. Mark of the Sigillite or something? I forgot what it's called. It's overpowered as fuck. But yeah, it's a very good card because of the stealth, especially. You can't deal with it. And dealing 5 damage is just like something on top of that. Just a bonus. Decide to get some seals instead of putting Cal in play. You want to be, yeah, this was unfortunate, but you want to be getting seals as fast as possible with this type of deck. This is exactly why New Loyalty is pretty good, because it's 1 energy, so very cheap, and you can just get another troop. She was being very aggressive, which is interesting. I guess Sisters of Silence like to do this a lot. I don't know why. Especially when my Warlord is like more aggressive sort of with his ability. Just did this so she can't get her battle honor off. Yeah, I guess, like, especially with that legendary, Sisters of Silence can be, like, a very aggressive faction. They do have a lot of, like, high damage cards. Decided to give it to that one, I guess, because it had more health. And I knew he was going to use the Great Tithe anyway, so it didn't really matter. I saw in his hand when I used Covert Operative, and I knew it was coming up at 8 energy. Guess I was just dealing damage to him. What I'm aware of is he has that card in his hands that destroys a troop with more attack. So I can't really even put this one in play. But yeah, I think I can because it has stealth. I'm not sure how the troop works. But I knew I couldn't put Prometheus in play, not really, because he would just use that. It's another example of why that's a very good card, the one I used, the shield one, Malkador Sigil. It's very useful on this warlord especially. Yeah, and I got very lucky there. I mean, I wasn't gonna die anyway, because I had loads of health, but still lucky to get that seal in my hand. Not an amazing example, because I didn't get the mission off, but more than less, you will, like, win games without getting the mission. Because that's just how it works, really. Games happen fast. This is a game against Arascid Nassau. Very scary going against Arascid Nassau, because you don't know if it's a burn deck, like the one I was using. Those one-shot decks are the scariest ones in my opinion. Yeah, the type of deck like I showed off on my channel, I think I do not want to go against those. I think they're scarier than any type of Custodes troop deck, and I think as Arascid Nassau, you should always build a one-shot deck, because I think it's just the best Custodes deck you can really build. But yeah, very lucky here. I got Covert Operative in play, and it gave me a good selection. And I had a very good hand anyway, with Classified Assignment and Kel. Very strong cards at the start. Against Custodes, like if you're putting stealth cards in play, you always have to look out for Auric Mortalis, because they'll just wipe your board, especially with these cards, because these have low health anyway. Yeah, no, I chose Auric Mortalis because I knew he was going to attack with that card next turn to get my low troops off. It's also the reason I just decided to attack with both of those troops. It's unfortunate he played it smart there, because he probably knew I picked Paragon Spear with that Covert Operative, so he didn't use it. Yeah, as I was saying before, you can get seals very fast with these cards. Because already I only need 4 more to complete my mission. Yeah, I had Sigillites chosen twice. That's the card I was talking about. A bit overpowered. Probably needs to be nerfed in some type of way. I honestly think it should only have survival 1. And maybe +2/+2. Because it is a bit mental. I knew he was going to use Auric Mortalis. Oh, he didn't? Never mind. He was going to use it at some point. Especially now that I put this card in play. Well, I guess he used it, well, left it too late because now I'm just going to transform with it. Honestly, M-Shen is a bit overpowered as well. I think there needs to be a limit on what she can transform into. Because you can get some very powerful cards with M-Shen. I actually didn't know it would do this. I thought it would just transform back into M-Shen and he decided to quit the game because of it. That was kind of funny. But yeah, that was odd. Because it is supposed to transform back into M-Shen when it gets hit. Got a Jaghatai game this time. Interesting matchup. Decided to take the Sigil out of my hands. Because I don't really need a shield against Jaghatai. He doesn't put troops in play that much. You should always get a Psionic Fury in your hands as soon as possible. Like preferably turn 1. Just so you can keep board control with your Warlord. And this was very good. Because like the way this ability works is this turn. So you can just like, it's not on one attack, it's the whole turn. You can just attack loads with Mercy and Forgiveness. Honestly, a good card for this deck would probably be Khorne's Favor. I think I forgot to put that in. I remember putting it in an older deck. Maybe that would be like a decent card. But other than that, it was nerfed. Because it attacks by itself now once. Not as good as it was. I think I decided to get 2 seals here. I guess not. I mean, 6 damage is quite a lot. And wow, that is very, very strong. Yeah, this is why this card is kind of fucking over, like, well, it's... I don't know if it's overpowered or not. I mean, precognition basically means you can't deal with it when it goes into play, unless you have hard removal. It's just Agents of the Sigillite in general have some really good fucking cards. Like, I don't know any other faction that really has cards this strong, like, especially their legendaries. Even their normal cards like Arascid Kel, they're very good. It's why I'm always scared to go up against them. I remember a few seasons ago they were like the only faction being played in top 50. And before like Emperor's Children and Death Guard like took over. Probably because they have cards like this. It's very gimmicky because you don't really need to do much. You just put one of these cards in play and like instantly your opponent can't deal with it. Yeah, and already he's lost just because of this one card. It's kind of unfair, to be honest. Because it's a cheap card as well. I'm pretty sure it's only 5 energy. Let me check. Edit deck. Yeah, it's only 5 energy, and it can become fucking amazing. Yeah. Unbalanced, maybe? I don't know. I would say so. I think these guys need a little bit of a nerf, but whatever. Oh, okay, this will be interesting. Just so you know, like, I fucking hate Imperial Fists. I think they need to be reworked completely. I think it's one of, like, the worst, like, factions you can play in this fucking game. Because it's unfun, there's no skill required, like, no strategy, it's just sentry turrets. This is the worst warlord especially for it, because just sentry turrets. Sentry turrets need to be fucking removed from the game, I hate them. No strategy at all. Like, it's brain dead. Just completely brain dead, putting sentry turrets in play. And then just putting front lines and giving them all Bastion. At that game, at that point, the sentry turrets are playing the game for you. You're not even doing anything. Like, look at this shit. It's so not fun. Like, these cards, they're just so, like, why? And sentry turrets need to be nerfed anyway, like preferably removed from the game, because dealing 2 damage is like way too much. It should only be 1. Oh, I just fucking hate Imperial Fists, more so than any other faction. I don't even hate Death Guard as much as I hate Imperial Fists. Like, especially that one card that lets your sentry turrets fire twice. It's just fucking autistic. The entire faction is just designed to be retarded. Not fun to play against in the slightest. I don't know how they have fun playing as them either, because you don't play the game, you just put sentry turrets in play and then you sit back and relax. Watch as your sentry turrets do all the work for you. Yeah, and cards like this, like, holy fuck, why does that exist? God, every time I go against Imperial Fists, like, I have no fun whatsoever. Oh, and the Bastion as well. Sorry, I'll stop talking about Imperial Fists, I'll talk about the game. It's just these guys aggravate me so much. I don't think there's any other faction that infuriate me. Like, to this extent. But yeah, the good thing about this matchup was I could get seals very easily. And I could already tell at the start that Seal of the Sisterhood was going to be like a game saver against these fucking sentry turrets. Oh wow. Oh wow. Look at this. Look how skilled this guy is. Fucking sentry turrets, man. At this point I was panicking trying to get seals, which is why I was using Secrets of Old Night and stuff. Or Relics of Old Night, sorry. So I could just fucking get some seals. Put M-Shen in play just so... yeah, luckily it managed to stay alive, which was good. Fucking hell. Like 10, wow. Of course it has an ability to put in play fucking sentry turrets. Like, every single thing in this fucking deck is like designed just like, look at that. It even has a troop that puts in play sentry turrets. Like, why is the faction designed this way? It's not fun in the slightest. Everything leans towards sentry turrets. That's why Imperial Fists need to be changed. It'd be so much better if, like, sentry turrets just weren't a thing. Fucking sentry turrets. I see these things in my nightmares. I swear. I could get PTSD over, like, fucking sentry turrets, I swear. I fucking hate them. At this point I was really panicking, because there's no way I'm getting rid of all of these cards without Seal of the Sisterhood. Fortunately, I managed to get my mission, which could save me. Another reason why Imperial Fists are just straight up retarded is because you can't deal with this at all. Like, unless you have a card that, like, gets rid of everything on the board, you're fucked. And this card is fucking insane as well. Oh. It's a pain in the ass to go against this faction. It's not fun in the slightest. I was panicking here because I wasn't getting Seal of the Sisterhood. I knew I had one of them in my deck, so I was begging I was getting it. Give myself a shield and give myself Secret of the Throne to heal me. Just beg I can outlast the Sentry turrets. It's 10 damage without his, like, it's insane. Because he can deal 10 damage before his turn even starts. And if he puts that other card in play that makes them shoot twice, that's 20 damage. It's not, why is that in the game? It's not balanced at all. Yeah, I was really panicking here. I thought I wasn't going to win. At this point, I was just putting cards in play to try and, like, take damage off of my Warlord from the Sentry turrets. Luckily, I managed to outlast it. So this turn, if I didn't get a seal that was useful for me, I would lose. Simple as. And I managed to get it from the mission. I probably could have gotten it from Command Bridge. I'm unsure though. But I managed to get it and wipe his entire board. Yeah, how did your Sentry turrets work out for you, mate? Didn't help, did it? That's how you beat Imperial Fists. The most fucking retarded faction in this entire game. I will die on that hill, to be honest. I don't think there's any other faction as annoying as Imperial Fists. They need to be changed, like, straight up. Like, I wouldn't be angry if Imperial Fists were removed from the game. That's the way I feel about it. Okay, I need to cool off. I'll stop talking about Imperial Fists. I mean, here's a challenge. Take a shot every time I say Sentry turret.
I have no rank.
You'll probably pass out.
Around me, there is
Okay, it's Angron this time. Enough Imperial Fists. Whew. So Angron is a scary matchup because of how aggressive he is. It takes time to get the seals. I mean, not that long because of how fast you can get them, but it still takes time. And he can deal damage very fast. I think this was a waste of a card. I think he should have saved this. He didn't need to deal 2 damage to me that turn. It was like barely noticeable amount of damage anyway. It does nothing to me. And this was smart. World Eaters have some very annoying cards. He starts emoting for some reason. I don't know why. I mean, maybe he's just being innocent. Like, I've always seen emoting as a very toxic thing to do. I mean, I call it emoting. I don't know what this is. It's just voice lines. Luckily, I managed to do that. I think this was a mistake, to be honest, him putting that in play before he did that. But then again, he has his mission and he's trying to activate it, so probably the smart thing to do if he's trying to complete a mission. And he manages to get rid of my stealth card again, but fortunately it doesn't matter because I already dealt 5 damage to him with it. It's good that I got a seal in my hand so soon. Unfortunately, Shen manages to survive, so I can transform it next turn. And this was kind of a decent card.
There is no mercy on my battlefield.
Shut up. I decide to do this so I can use Secret of Unification to deal 6 damage to him and get rid of the card. Just keep his health as low as mine. It was pretty good at this point because yeah, I think he forgot that this transforms back. Yeah, he probably forgot because he wouldn't have used that otherwise. Yeah, M-Shen's just a bit too powerful. Like the fact that it transforms back as well, so you can just keep using it after it takes damage. Something needs to be done to the card. Just remove that ability, I think. So at this point, I'm literally denying Angron from damaging himself because I have M-Shen. That's 2 turns he's gone without dealing damage, so his Whispers of Chaos is going to be high energy.
You'll die screaming.
He did it to me, so I get to do it to him. I mean, I guess these games aren't like the best example of this deck because I only completed the mission twice, I think. Twice or 3 times, I don't remember. But yeah, more so than not, you'll go through a game without completing the mission because it takes time. And you can win before that anyway. But it's worth doing because when you do get the mission, it's very useful. It can win games for you, like against the Imperial Fists. Because you basically need seals at that point to even have a chance of winning. But this is the deck again. Just so you can look at it. You can change it however you like. It's just a suggestion. The stuff you should have. Especially being that one. And that one twice. And New Loyalty, that's your choice. You can have it if you want, but it's a good card. Malcador Sigil, I run it twice on this Warlord because it's good. Again, you need that twice. Prometheus, very good card. M-Shen, there's no reason not to have this card. It's very fucking powerful. Inner Chambers. Yeah, Inner Chambers is also good. Cerberus is great. These 2 cards are good because of the seal. Seal of the Administratum, I think it's called. The one that makes troops 0 energy. Because you can put them in play very fast. And you can have high energy troops like this in play. Well, put them in your deck just to have something to put on the board. They're well worth it, I think. I'll talk about other cards. This one, perhaps. Choose a tactic. I don't use it because I've got command bridge and stuff. This one is good. I don't run it on this one, but it's still a good card. Not really. It can be very helpful sometimes under like special circumstances if you manage to get lucky, but I wouldn't use it. This is a good card because it gains attack, so if it survives the first turn you can just buff it. No. No, not really. This can be useful. It has a lot of health and it's low energy. So sure, I don't think this one. Not really. No. Maybe. No. Maybe. This one's a good card. You can have it if you want. I had nothing for 6 energy. So yeah, I guess you could put this in. I don't use the Cursed Wanderer because I don't think I need it. Knight Baron, I guess this could be useful with Seal of the Administratum. Especially if you give it Escape Vent. Then at that point you've basically won the game. But you'd have to get lucky with the Seal to use this. This isn't very good either. I mean, it deals a lot of damage, but it's just too much energy. And yeah, that's the deck. You can use other warlords. This warlord is very good. He was nerfed a bit, but still, he's very good. I'm going to probably do a video on Vasago next. Because this is a lesser known Defenders of Caliban warlord, and I just want to show him off because he can be good. Like, I do have like a lot of wins on him. I've never taken him into ranked, but he is pretty decent. I'll do a video on him next time. Problem with this faction specifically is that World Eaters counter it very well because of Caliban Jaegers. But yeah, that's it. That's the video. Tylos Rubio can be very good. He's good in ranked, I'd say. If you want to go Agents of the Sigillite, go ahead. Use this as a guideline. They are a very strong faction and they work very well in ranked, especially High Terror, because of how good their cards are. But thank you for watching. I'll see you next time. Hopefully I'll have the tier list done by then and we can have a more fun video. Bye.